Hi guys, I'm Viola. I'm a photographer from Austria, and today I'm gonna give you kind of a Photoshop room tour for everybody who is new to Photoshop, and for all of you who just have some like general questions. I'm just gonna show you like everything, all of the basics, and we're gonna go through all of the tools that are important for retouching, and yeah, let's get right into it. So starting off with the most kind of obvious thing is up here on window, you can choose your working space, and I always have like the standard one chosen. You could also choose like the photography one, which looks just a little bit different, mainly like the windows on the side here change, but yeah, you can basically select anything that you want, but I always use like the basic standard one that's already chosen because it gives me like all of my actions and corrections and everything that I need right here on the side. If I want to change the kind of windows and things that I have on the side here, you can go also to window and then select, like let's say I don't want to have the actions on the side anymore, I can just click on this and then it disappears from here, or I can also just put it back or add whatever I want from all of these different windows into my side window so that it's easily accessible. So let's just stay with the actions right away. You have like a bunch of standard Photoshop actions that you can use. Actions basically are kind of like a shortcut to something that would take you kind of a while to set up. So I always use my dodge and burn action, and I've created this in my actions just so that it's easily accessible and that I can like use it quickly. So I just click on dodge and burn, and then you click on play, and then you have your final action here. And if I choose like a more complicated one, I guess, like the dodge and burn black and white, it gives me like the dodge and burn and then on top of it a black and white layer, which I need for my editing. And instead of just manually creating all of these layers, actions kind of are a shortcut to that. So then let's hop over here to corrections. You can also find the corrections up here on image and corrections, all of the same ones. Here they're written out, and here it's just like these kind of symbols. But if you hover over them, you can also see what each action is called. What each correction is called. And let's just select this one, for example. The correction pops up here, and you can double click on this little icon, and then here will like kind of the things you can change with each correction up here. I can make it like brighter or darker or change the contrast of this image. Yeah, that's basically what corrections are. There's a bunch of different ones. I don't really use corrections because I do all of my like light editing and stuff in Lightroom. But yeah, if you want to like quickly change anything up, all of the corrections are right here. So then let's move over here to the other side to all of our tools that we have. There's a bunch of different ones. You can use like all of these, and there's like a bunch of different like subcategories to each tool, but I'm just gonna go over like the most basic ones and the ones that you need for retouching. So obviously this first one right here is just like the normal mouse. The shortcut for this one is the key V. So if let's say I have like a brush and I want to like go back to the original mouse thing, I just press V, and here I have the normal mouse. Then we have this kind of selection thing where you can make bigger selections. I never really use that. There's like another selection tool you could use if you want to like select any, I don't know, eyeliners or anything. But the selection tool that I actually use is this one. It's called quick selection, and what you can do with this is actually pretty cool. I've made like a bunch of videos about this, but you can automatically like select things. Obviously here there's like nothing that like stands out that could be selected, but you can just select things automatically here. If she had like red lips, probably the red lips would be automatically selected, and then you can kind of fine-tune that selection, but I'll just link like the in-depth video about that on top here. This is like if you want to just pick any color and then have it show up here so you can use it. You can use this tool. Never really used this either, but I don't know, maybe if you like need it for something, you could use that. What I actually do use is the copy stamp right here. Just make sure that you choose like the first one. And what this does, I'm just gonna demonstrate it pretty big. With the Alt key, you can select an area that you want to drag over something else. And then you can just, this looks horrible, but this is great for like retouching. I'm also gonna link a video here, but let's zoom in. Here, by the way, you can like change how hard the brush is, but let's say I want to remove this little thing here, then I can select this and just drag it over here, and that's how the copy stamp works basically. So this is the most basic brush that I always use. There's like a bunch of different ones, but I just stick to the basic one, and let me show you how I use this on the dodge and burn action over here. So down here you can select the colors black and white. I'm just gonna select white. You can switch these around by clicking the X key, and with the brush you can, on Dodge and Burn for example, just like make things brighter. Typically I would turn down the opacity to 30%. I'm also gonna link like more in-depth video on this here, but you could just like make some things brighter or darker, and then this is how 2-in-1 how brushes work and how Dodge and Burn works. But yeah, as I said, with the brushes up here you can change the opacity and the flow. If you want to have like a really light brush setting, go down with the flow and also down with the opacity, and you can also change the hardness of the brush again up here. And those are actually all of the tools. One more thing that I sometimes use are filters, and you have those up here at filters, and as you can see, again, there's like a bunch of different ones. The one that I sometimes use, especially in product photography, is the Gaussian blur. Let me create a new layer here first so I can show you what this does. So you just select that filter, and then you can like make adjustments here, make it like really strong or make it not so strong, and then just press OK, and then you have like a really blurry layer. I typically use this for like backdrops that have like little dust particles on them, and I just don't want to retouch it, so I just make it like soft. But yeah, I think those are like the most important and basic things in Photoshop. If you have any questions about any of the tools or actions or anything in particular, please just write them down below, and I will make separate video tutorials on that. I'm also going to link my Photoshop tutorial playlist, where I have I think pretty much a tutorial for all of the things that I just showed. So yeah, you can also check those out and kind of get more in depth with each of the tools and functions and all of that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it so that I can see that you like these kind of tutorial videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to not miss any future videos, tutorials and all of that, and I hope to see you around sometime soon. Bye!